There is an indefinable, mysterious power that pervades everything. That power that can make a way out of no way.
Today, in the world, there's so much suffering because of that one of prayer.
Welcome to the main event. Welcome, everybody, to the Prayer Revolution. So glad to have you here with us. My name is Doyal. I'm here with my good friend and co-host Vira, and we are about to say our morning prayer. And then we have a 30-minute discussion about the mood of prayer and what it means to bring that mood of prayer into our daily lives. So you have our live bedroom audience of Zoomers here with us. Bhakti-yoga representing number 23 jersey there. Loving it. Looks like he saw The Last Dance. And we have our live Instagram audience with us as well. Tune in on Instagram. We're here every day, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're so glad you guys are with us. How you doing this morning, Vera?
Doing good, Bubba. Grateful. It's a rainy day here in Florida, rainy morning, and appreciating the breeze blowing and the rain falling and nourishing everything that needs to be nourished.
Wow. It sounds like a 50s love song.
Okay. Sing it for us, Doyle. Come on, sing it.
I don't know. Just like appreciate the rain falling and the breeze blowing and everything about you, baby.
I'm with you, baby. I'm with you. Come on, I'll give you a little rhythm.
It's a little
Beach Boys flowing.
It's a little dreary out here in New York City. It hasn't rained yet, but it's been a little dreary. But it's finally slowly starting to warm up a little bit. It's been a slow spring. Spring never really kicked into gear. It's been cool, and it's still a little cool here in the Northeast. And getting there.
Yeah. All right.
Lead us, brother. Lead us. Do your magic with us.
Okay. My magic is my gift. The greatest gift is being with you guys, and so you bring out the best in me. That's for sure. So I'm appreciating being with you and everyone that's tuning in right now. Let's go ahead and pause. Let's pause our morning or our afternoon or evening, wherever we're at right now. Let's take some time just to connect more deeply with ourselves, connect with our higher power. Get in a comfortable seat, in a comfortable whatever position that you're in. Just pausing, doing. Right now is a time for being, a time for breathing, a time for reconnecting, a time to go in beyond the scattered thoughts, the monkey mind that's jumping around constantly from one thing to another, and to connect with actually, how are we doing? How's our heart? How are you doing today, everybody? Connecting to that space where you can hear everything that's happening around you, little noises. You can feel the sensations in your body. You feel that you're coming closer and closer to the present moment. We have no idea what's to come, the moments that follow in our life, so much that we don't have any control over. We do have control over the consciousness that we bring to our life every single moment. We do have a choice to live with intention, to hear the insights that come from moments of prayer, moments of reflection, and to take those into our life, to bring that consciousness into our life. So right now we're opening up to a higher power, whatever that looks like for you individually. We're opening up to the most loving, munificent, limitless power of which we are a part of, the source of all life. We're opening up to that connection, that personal relationship. My dear Lord, just like the wind is blowing and can carry the fragrances of beautiful flowers or the mist from the rivers and the oceans and bring such a pleasing effect into our life, the wind also can move through garbage, can move through the city of New York on a hot summer day and carry with it so many different smells and fragrances. This is just like our mind. Our mind is like the wind. And based on what we associate it with, it carries a different atmosphere. It carries a different environment with us in our life. We're associating with those things which purify our consciousness, which uplift our consciousness, which bring a sweetness into our life. Or we can associate with those things which paint a different color of fear, frustration, the burning desires of our heart that are insatiable. The wind is unaffected. It's carrying these different fragrances just because that's the atmosphere that it's in. But the wind is actually unaffected by all of these things. In a moment, it can shift. Help us to shift our mind and our consciousness in these moments that we're together. Help us to shift it into its natural state, the natural, beautiful, pure state of our mind that embraces the present moment with an openness, that we enter into each moment with the feeling of interest and discovery. We're exploring, trying to find in each moment the lessons, the opportunities for growth, the opportunities for us to transform, that our love and our service and our actions in life can become more and more unconditional. That we can serve from that place in our heart that is limitless. There's no cap, there's no capacity beyond all capacities. Help us to come into that pure state of consciousness and help us to bring all the divine qualities that we experience when we start to connect with you, of joy, of compassion, of hope, of gratitude, the limitless qualities. They're the nature of our pure consciousness. They're the nature of you. And when we reconnect to you, we rekindle, we reawaken those qualities within us. And let us bring that, like the breeze brings beautiful fragrance into the nose, into the awareness of us when we're walking through a beautiful garden. Help us to be like that wind that moves through you, connecting to your divinity, and brings all those qualities into our life and into the lives of all those who we come into contact with. We connect with you every morning. We call out your names with sincerity to reconnect to those divine qualities. And then we can bring them into our life that much more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Vira.
Thank you, Baba. Mm-hmm. Much better.
How you feeling?
I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. After I pray, it's like, all right, we're back. Yeah, and how about you, Doya? How are you doing? What are you feeling?
I was appreciating the prayer that you mentioned about the wind, that the wind can blow through garbage, and then you immediately invoked New York City on a hot summer day.
Woo! That's a special fragrance right there. You got to have some, you gotta have some
The wind can
serious.
blow through garbage. It can blow through New York City. I was like, wait, is there a parallel you're drawing there? Dear God, thank you for putting me in Florida right now.
Yeah.
So I was appreciating that.
I'm catching the fragrance of the magnolias and of I'm catching the fragrance of earth after it's been touched by water, and jasmine and gardenias
Yes.
And also even in Florida, I was walking past a piece of roadkill on the road, and it's on my road. It's on my road to the office every single day because I go for about a 10-minute walk to come over to my office, and as I'm walking down the road, there was this, I don't know what it was because it was so mangled, but there was, after a few hours, there were vultures all around it for probably like 2 days. There were vultures kind of like hanging around it, and it was hot. It's like 100 degrees in Florida, and you know what, man? That was like, you cannot avoid that smell. It's like a 3-block radius where that is just like punishing the nostrils. So it's in Florida too. It's in Florida too.
Okay.
Not just New York.
Thank you for bringing that visceral imagery to our minds.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm smelling it right here.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So you're appreciating, reflecting on New York, and yeah, what came to you in prayer and just in general? What are you thinking about?
Um, well, I mean, what I was hearing from you, thinking a little bit, it sounds like it's really uh trying to be in the world but not of it. Just
Hmm.
like the air carries an aroma,
Mm-hmm.
but the air, takes on the qualities of those things that it associates with, and we take on that fragrance. But the air itself isn't those things, and the air can change.
Mm.
And so it's kind of like we smell like whoever we spend our time with.
Mm.
It's kind of what I was getting out of it. We smell whoever we spend our time with. And sometimes, one of my favorite prayers, my favorite songs is this prayer by Rupa Goswami where he sings Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Oh Krishna, I'm offering a prayer to you. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Bande, prayer unto you. I offer myself unto you. He says, Man manasa madhukara. May my mind become like a madhukar. Madhu means sweet, and kar means like action, like karma, like to do. I mean, the name for a bee in Sanskrit literally means the honey seeker, you know? And so may my mind become like a bee. What is that bee searching for? Man manasa madhukaram arpaya nija pada, the feet, which are of your shelter, which is pankaja, makarande, which is like a lotus flower. So let the
Mm-hmm.
bee of my mind, just like they're attracted to flowers, let it be attracted to the flower of your shelter and seek that sweet, sweet honey, which is your
Mm-hmm.
beauty. And I always think as opposed to a fly, which is attracted to garbage or which is attracted to that whatever it was lying on the side of your road on the way to the office. And so my mind is attracted to all that garbage, naturally. It's just the nature. Like you can't fault a fly for swimming around poop. It's what it likes. And so
Mm-hmm.
my mind is just attracted to so much poop in this
Mm-hmm.
world, gossip and even pride and arrogance and criticism and anger. It's just we even have words for it, like juicy gossip. It's so juicy, you know what I mean? Like we just suck it up like a fly, and it's like, but
Oh God,
we spent
Doyle.
we spend our life swimming in garbage, and then we wonder why life stinks.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Wonder why it stinks in my mind all the time. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like there are certain aromas, like my dog. We're house training our dog right now, and you have to train him to go outside. And there are certain things you can buy, like sprays. Like if he pees or goes to the bathroom in the house, you have to like get this special spray to clean it, because otherwise, even if you just wipe it up with a paper towel or something and soap, like the deep scent is still there, and he can
Mm.
he can track that scent deeply, and he thinks, oh, this is the place to go to the bathroom. So you kind of have to like really get like these special oils and stuff and spray it, like no go they call it, or whatever. They don't always work, but you have to spray it in the house to really get rid of it, because the scent, it has a residual effect, like it stays deep.
Mm.
And so it's like, even when we stop bringing our mind to certain places, like there's just like this residual scent that our mind is attracted to in the world, and we
Mm.
have to retrain ourselves. So the prayer is there: my dear Lord, help me stop being like the fly in this world and help me become like the honeybee. Man manasa marukaram arpaya nijapada pankaja makarande. Let me be like let me be like a honeybee, you know, that's slowly attracted to the thing, because then my life will smell better gradually. So if I don't like the fragrance that is permeating my life right now, then I should ask, what are the things that I'm hovering over, you know, and what are the things that I'm constantly moving towards, you know. And I think that that's the prayer. That's what I was hearing you pray. That's what I was hearing you pray, is like, you know, let's turn our noses to the wind of Krishna's beauty and mercy and grace and love, and we will experience a very different fragrance in life.
Yeah, and then right, I love it. You know, like a honeybee that's hovering right from flower to flower, like it's seeking nectar, and it can find it. You know, it's such a beautiful analogy. It's spoken of often. Ranaswami shares this one oftentimes too. Is the honeybee and the fly, you know, and the fly will find that wound. Like even the fly will find like that one dirty thing in like the most beautiful, serene environment, because that's the nature of its consciousness. And a honeybee will find, you know, New York City, right? It's like, you know, you don't have a ton of space for growing flowers and stuff like that, you know, but the honeybees find the flowers. You know, you see them in the rose garden, or you see them, you know, even in an area where there's nothing but concrete and you know and whatnot, man-made stuff, and then there'll be one little rose bush, you know, that's coming off of someone's porch, and like you see, yeah, who's that down there showing us? Jeff showing us the roses in his place in Philly, maybe. And that we can find that, right? It's like, what's that Martha saying? Let's practice selective smelling, right? It's like, what are we tuning? I remember when I was younger and I was in high school, I learned how to like tune out my sense of smell, because I was a land surveyor, and sometimes we'd be like you know, we'd be surveying like an old shopping center, and you know, there's like, surveying is basically map making, and so, you know, we'd be surveying an old shopping center, and you know, you've got like a fast food joint, and you know, it's like the exhaust fan is like pumping out whatever, you know, and like, you know, like I'd like gag because it was so intense. Like I literally learned how to not smell. Like I trained myself how to not smell and to keep breathing. And so yeah, like there is that the selective smell. It's like, where am I getting my juice from? I love how you brought that up. And Martha's saying the selective smelling is like, where am I getting my juice from? Like what am I relishing in my life? And whatever I'm relishing in my life, the association, the food I eat, the things I put through my eyes and my ears, the things I listen to and watch, like I'm building a greater attraction for that. And I'll seek that out no matter where I am. I could be in the most beautiful, serene environment, but I'll just be thinking about like, you know, whatever TV show that like I'm like missing, and I'm longing, I'm like dying because I don't have that nectar, that, or you know, whatever it may be, you know, or that gossip, or whatever it could be. And so those are some examples of it. And yeah, and like actually to be selective with it, you know, to start to see, you know, even in the, and it's easy, you know, maybe it's easier in a little bit more of a serene environment to kind of practice that, to start getting practice with that. But we're going to end up in a place, you know, I'm saying New York is just an external environment. We're going to end up in environments that are, it's hard to see the good, you know. And that could be in a relationship with a significant other, that could be with coworkers, that could be with, you know, whoever, right? And we're going to be in those environments where it's hard to find the flower. It's harder to find the nectar, but it's there, right? Like if we are the honeybee, we will find it, right? In the midst of the greatest garbage, you know, heap in the planet, there's going to be that one little rose or that one little flower that's there. And if we have that consciousness, we'll find it even in the most difficult and dirty environments. And so,
Yeah. Well, you said was
yeah, go for it. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Keep your thought.
Well, yeah, and at the same time, like, yeah, let's be conscious about the environment that we're putting ourselves in, that helps us to be able to see that, and not that, you know, we're just kind of, you know, subjecting ourselves and necessarily being in a toxic or in an environment where it's very difficult to see the good. Let's try to put ourselves in a good environment, and also to know that we don't control it all the time. So let's really focus on the consciousness of it.
Yeah. I used to wonder, is like, how do you not see the faults or the things that are wrong sometimes? Like, how do you just, am I supposed to just like turn a blind eye and like not see them, you know? And I remember somebody was speaking about it once, that I thinking of this analogy, and it was like, it's not that you don't see them, it's just you're not attracted to them.
Mm.
You know, it's not like the bee doesn't see garbage. It's just, why would I want to go sniff there? There's no nectar there. There's nothing. There's no pollen. There's nothing for me there. Why
Mm.
would I want to spend my time soaking that up? You
Mm-hmm.
know. And there was like a meme going around. I don't know if it just was something that I saw, but there was it was a picture of like a bee, a bumblebee that fell asleep in a flower with like pollen all over its butt. And it was just like, it was just kind of like, like the bee fell asleep in the flower. Like it was just like drunk on honey, on
Mm-hmm.
pollen. And I was just like, there was some caption or something. And I was like, I just want to be that bee,
Mm-hmm.
soaking up, just like falling asleep with just like Krishna's beauty and nectar just all over me, as opposed
Yeah.
to what I'm normally just bathing in. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's it's
Thank
it's
you.
it's changing my attraction. It's actually like
Mm-hmm.
asking to change what are the things that I'm attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
I want that to change.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And if we're okay, it's like, I mean, it's amazing, right? And there's so many different stories. I'm thinking of one specifically that I've heard, in Vedic teachings of King Indra, the king of heaven, that, there's a backstory of it, but he ends up in the body of a pig, and the
Mm,
body of a pig, like a pig, that's what they do. They eat refuse. They eat that. They eat what's left over. That's their taste. Like that's their honey, And for a fly, like that's their honey, right? Like, and so it's like to be able to shift that when we're used to, and I know for me, it's like I still notice like all the fly-like tendencies in my own life where it's like I used to, it used to be intoxication. It used to be just sensual gratification. It used to be, whatever was the most action-packed, thrilling thing on TV or sensual thing to put through my eyes and ears and on my skin. And so that used to be the nectar, right? And
mm,
still in my life, I'm still like, woof, like I still feel like the chills of those waves, like where that wind, that breeze comes, and I'm like, oh, that smells good. Oh, that's some good stuff. That smells interesting. What you guys burning over there? What's the incense you burning down the street over there? Like that's still in my conditioning, right?
mm,
And that to just give that up, it's like, no, like that is my nectar. Like, what do you mean? Like I know where the roses are, and it's like I know where the flowers are, and it's like actually to shift that, like to have that higher taste, to be able to shift from the fly consciousness to the honeybee consciousness, to have an experience of a higher taste, to
mm,
have to be able to start trading something out. And for me, it wasn't like off the bat, I was like, that's it. Like I knew it. Like I just needed to chant one mantra and it was all replaced the next day. It wasn't like that. It's like
mm,
gradual, like, okay, like there's something here, it's not, it's not going out to the club and dancing and drinking. It's not quite that. Like I still, that's still what I'm interested in as a, a young teenager or whatever, young adult. But wow, like this mantra, whoa, like, not feeling like I need something outside of this moment, like getting those little
mm,
glimpses gradually helped me to start to replace, those other attractions that I was having. But they're still present in my life. They're still present in my consciousness. They still come through my mind. Those breezes still come, and I'm still like, hey, what's that, And I have to be conscious of actually looking at, feeding myself that, what it does, what it does
mm,
to my whole life, not just the moment, not just the immediate gratification that comes, but what does it do to my whole life? What does
mm,
it do to the way that I treat the other people in my life? What does it do to, the the emotions that I experience in the feelings that I have inside of my heart, and how do I express myself? What does it do to my mind and the thoughts that I have? It takes a bigger kind of picture, a bigger holistic picture
mm,
to actually question that and to see the effect that it has. And but it's been such a gradual process for myself to kind of shift that, and I still notice that fly-like tendency. And so,
mm,
just yeah, like, let's keep on, let's keep feeding ourselves that spiritual nectar, and that it may not taste like, the mixed drink that we're used to, or that, we got so much immediate gratification from. It may not taste like that immediately, but that's what Krishna reveals in the Bhagavad Gita, that it tastes a little bitter in the beginning because it's medicine. It's something it's readjusting. It's like the equilibrium is coming back in, and we're used to tasting the sugar, and we're so addicted to it, and it's so sweet, and and so then when we taste that spiritual medicine, it tastes kind of a little bit bitter, but it's just because we're so used to tasting something else, and there's such a contrast to it. So.
How do I go from that fly to the bee?
I think that it's, no question. We talk about it all the time. I know that it's who we associate with. We want to get around go hang out with some honeybees, honeybees don't discriminate. They'll let the fly fly, they'll let you fly with them, and spend some time with them, and they can show you some flowers to drink some nectar from. And, you could get drunk and pass out with the bumblebee, and, so I think that's definitely, that's the key for sure, because we may or may not know where that source is. We may or may not know that, and so I think that getting around people that are tasting it, that have a higher taste, that are not just suppressing their desires and kind of in this internal frustration, but they're able to stop themselves from acting, but really inside they're just frustrated. Not that artificial suppression, but actually they're tasting something that's higher. They're actually tasting something that maybe I haven't tasted before, and they could show me how to drink that type of nectar drink. So
you're a honeybee in all our lives, Vira.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Feel the same way. And then of course, we've been given in the bhakti practice, we've been given the nectar of the holy names. And no matter what spiritual faith or tradition or whatever path we're on, the holy names of the divine are universal. And so that is the nectar for which we're always anxious, is our relationship with God. That's what we're all looking for. That's what we are. We're the busy bees, right? We're going around looking for that nectar, and we're looking for that lotus flower, like you said so beautifully, the lotus flower of service, of devotion to God. And so, we've been given this amazing process to be able to reconnect to that right now in our life by chanting the holy names of the divine. Many names, many forms, many different times. Those names have been revealed, and we've been in the Bhakti tradition. There's the Maha Mantra, the great chant that delivers our mind, that delivers our consciousness back to that nectarian ocean that we can drink from. We can swim freely in like the drunk bumblebee. And that's that. And so there are many different names, many different. But those of us that are just tuning in are like, hey, where do I get a little bit of nectar? Chant the Maha Mantra. If you're looking for a nectar source, we've got one source. It's one well to draw this unlimited nectar from. And it may taste a little bitter in the beginning, but it's guaranteed with sincerity, calling out these divine names of the Lord with sincerity, with attention, with presence. We will feel something transformative take place in our life. So we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if any of you guys want to chant that haven't, that are tuning in on Instagram, then just Google in Hare Krishna mantra. You can find that online. And drink some nectar.
Yeah, thank you, Vera. That's your homework, guys. Find the honeybees in your life and order what they're having. I'll have what they're having. We love you guys so much. So glad you guys are here with us every day, appreciating it. Our live Zoom group. We love you guys so much. If you're listening and would like to get part of our Zoom chat, write to us at prayerrevolution@bhakticenter.org or find us online at bhakticenter.org/online. So many great offerings and ways that you can stay connected with us. We would love to have you be in touch. Please write to us any of your feedback, comments, questions. We love to hear from you guys. And we're here every day, so please tune in 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time live. And of course, you can always find us on all of our recorded podcast platforms. Homework, everybody. In addition to finding your honeybees, I need you guys all to go to Apple Podcasts, subscribe, and give us a 5-star rating. Write us a review. We want to hear from you. Some of you, I see you. Some of you, I see you on the chat board. I know you haven't done it yet. I know some of you out there. I'm watching. Homework for all you guys. We appreciate the love. It goes a long way, and we always need your support. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. You're gonna say something, Vera?
Oh no, it's just that we're working our way to the 5, but you giving us a 5 will encourage us to keep working toward it.
We're working on it. You guys can all do your part. We love you guys so much. Take care. Stay tuned, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Beautiful day. Hare Haribo.
Okay. Thanks so much, guys. Nicole, Barbara, Louie, Vivi. Love you guys.